Hi guys, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be just bringing you along for a typical Sunday for me. I have all kinds of things on my list. A lot of it's in the garden, outside. I'm trying to get things cleaned up. Our weather here in California, we've been sort of very sunny one day and then it goes to rain. So we are expecting to have rain later on, which is kind of weird because the sky, even though there's clouds, it's beautiful outside, and I'm hoping the rain kind of holds off. But with all the sunshine and rain combination, of course, weeds are growing like crazy, in addition to all the beautiful blooms that I'm starting to see out in the garden. And so with that, I wanted to try to combat some of this weed. I have, I think, what's called Bermuda grass growing in one of my garden beds, or two of my garden beds, and it's a really aggressive weed. It's terrible to deal with, and so I went to the garden center and got a special tool that will hopefully help me dig it up a little bit easier than just using my hands. I'm hoping to get to that today. I do usually do my own lawn service, so I do my own weed eating and I also mow the lawn, and it's not too bad because I have a lot of garden beds, so I just kind of go around there in that area, and I usually do that on a Sunday like today, or a Saturday, just depending on what we have going on. So I'm hoping I can get the yard work done today and some of the garden stuff. I do want to show you some of the seedlings that I planted a few weeks back, if we can get to that. I think I do have to repot a few of them. Some of them are getting a little leggy and some of them are starting to die off, and I know that's just because they're not in ideal growing spaces, not just the size but also the fact that I did not cover them. I totally forgot about doing that. I normally would put either a little bit of plastic to kind of conceal some of that warmth in there so that they were a little bit more moistened throughout the day, or a lid, but I totally forgot about that until today. And so some of them are doing okay and some of them are not. So I'm going to try to fix that and just bring you along with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and just coming along and seeing a typical Sunday for me. I want to dive in. I have some coffee here. I have the laundry going. I'm going to go hang it out on the line. It's just going to be a mix match of different things that I have to get done just to get ready for the week. Garden bed that has been almost completely taken over by this new growth of Bermuda grass, and it's very hard to dig it out. And so this is the tool that I got today, the lady recommended. I already have like a potting one, but this digs down a little bit easier. Oof, got some dirt there. And I'm just gonna try my best to get the grass out of this today. A little bit here growing that I need to sort of clean up. Most of the beds are pretty good, but these two are the ones that are giving me trouble right now. So I'm gonna get these cleaned up and hopefully get this horrible grass out of them. notice that when I stick it down, this tool works excellent. I stick it down in there and I just sort of work it up. You can hear them tearing in there, the roots loosening. And then they kind of just pull up from there. Crazy. What a root system. Look at all this. I have taken out just piles of, here's our progress so far. I think we're doing pretty good, and I think it's time to get something to drink though, because this is hard work. It doesn't seem like it would be, but it's very hard to pull these things out. But here's another pile of weeds I've taken out, and so far this tool is awesome. I'm really sweaty. I don't know if I'm glistening on the camera, but I got these Pellegrinos and they are blood orange and black raspberry. So we're just gonna sit on the porch and enjoy that and just cool off for a little bit. And I'm really hoping I could beat the rain. In the bed today, it's going to be a flower bed, so I got these beautiful Velvet Queen sunflowers and some Autumn Beauties to mix in there. I think those will look beautiful together, and of course I got another pack of zinnias. I think that will be a beautiful combination in this bed for a cut and come flower bed. We're gonna do our Fireball blend of zinnias, one of my favorite flowers. And I'm gonna do this whole entire patch here. These are some of the seedlings that you guys saw me plant a few weeks ago. Some of them you could tell they've died off a little bit. They're a little bit dry now, and I just use a spray bottle to water them. And normally I would put a piece of plastic over the top of this to sort of keep the moisture in, and I just didn't do it. I forgot. And so now this is the result of that. So there is some that's great. I'm going to transplant them. I'm probably not going to get to it today, but hopefully I can. But I just wanted to show you the progress and see where we're at. A lot of them are doing really well in these bigger containers. But yeah, it's really helpful if you could tent them somehow with a piece of plastic wrap until they can kind of get a little bit of warmth and moisture that way, if there's not a lot of sunshine. I'm in the house, I'm all cleaned up. I got quite a bit done, not everything I wanted to get done, but enough to where I'm satisfied with my day. I came in and had to take my nail polish off and actually clip down several nails because my nails got broken. And anyway, I cleaned those up, and it's garden season, so it's expected that my nails are gonna look terrible from here on out until the end of summer, most likely. But Anyway, so I'm in the kitchen. It's just about dinner time. And I wanted to share the salad that I'm gonna make. It sounds probably boring when I say salad, but it's a very delicious salad. And it's a grilled vegetable salad that I make with salmon. And you could put any kind of protein on this. I make it with shrimp, salmon, of course, that's what I'm gonna be using today. You could do sliced chicken, or you could just leave the meat off and just do vegetarian, even add some eggs for protein, some hard-boiled eggs for protein. But either way, I've had it all of those ways, and it's always a delicious salad, and it's a very simple salad. I find that during these months, I just want to be out in my garden. It's the perfect weather. It's not super hot, and you know, the weeds come up easier and everything's just blooming and beautiful. And so to come in here and have to leave that scene early to start dinner is just not usually my favorite thing of this time of year. So I have a whole spring and summer eating tab on the blog, and I will link that below. So if you'd like to check out some quicker, easier, fresh style meals or ideas to make in your kitchen during this time of year to just sort of eat seasonally and to enjoy time outside a little bit more, there are a lot of great recipes on there to check out, including the salad I'm going to share with you. And so yeah, so we're just going to kind of cook this salad together. And like I said, it's very, very simple. And I even make the dressing for it, which for us, it's one of our favorite dressings, and it couldn't be simpler to make. So let me grab everything and I will walk you through this salad. I'm kind of hunched over the counter here because my kitchen is like a galley kitchen where it's kind of more narrow this way, and it's quite a bit smaller than a lot of other kitchens. And so it's hard for me to aim the camera and talk to you while I do anything because there's just not enough room in here to have sort of that open air feel where I could talk and cook at the same time and show you what I'm doing. So I'm kind of leaning over and just improvising today. I haven't quite figured out how to get around that, but that's a work in progress, as most things are. So anyway, I'm going to make my dressing here, and it's super simple. I have olive oil. I use standard olive oil when I cook, but you could use extra virgin for this. And I have some garlic, salt, and pepper, and that is it. And what happens here is I'm going to take 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm probably going to put about a half a cup of olive oil in my little bowl. And I like to make this first because the longer it sits in the oil, the more flavorful your dressing is going to be. We love garlic, so this is a very garlicky dressing. If you don't like it super garlicky, or if you're, you don't want to have crazy breath afterwards, I would recommend maybe using 1 garlic clove. But if you're like us, we don't care. We'll go ahead and deal with it. So I'm going to use 2 today, but yeah, let's get this dressing together. Chop it up as finely as I can get it, just kind of in little chunks. We don't mind biting into little chunks, but if you like it even more, you could use a grater to get it very fine if you'd like. But again, everybody's preference is different on that. So we do not mind it a little bit more chunky. And you can even strain off the garlic too, honestly, if you wanted to get out the chunks altogether. But again, about a half a cup of olive oil, and this will be enough for 2 large dinner salads, maybe 3 or 4 small dinner salads. That'll be enough dressing for that. It'll coat everything well because it's olive oil. And I do a pinch of sea salt, cracked black pepper, and I mix it up just a touch and I let it sit. One of the best things about this salad is the versatility of it. So in the recipe, I don't usually follow recipes when I cook, and that's kind of funny because I create recipes online, and I've really had to learn to bring paper and a pen in here, and when I create something, write it all down so that if it's really wonderful, I can recreate it and share it with you. And that's just something and that's actually how this salad came about. It was a happy accident that I kept recreating until I could share it. But anyway, so you can really use any vegetables you have. The recipe, if you like to follow them, will be in the description box box below. But really what it is just roasting your favorite vegetables. And when I say roast, I'm not talking necessarily in the oven. I should actually say grilling the vegetables, because that's what I'm going to be doing today. But you could roast or grill them. It really doesn't matter as long as they're nice and cooked. And I'm going to do red bell pepper and zucchini. I believe that's what I put on the blog post. Yes, it is what I put, excuse me. It is what I put on the blog post. So that's all accurate for you. But you could do things like portobello mushroom on the salad. And honestly, I'm kind of tempted right now because I just went grocery shopping and we have a lot of portobello mushrooms, but I'm going to kind of follow the recipe today as it's written, because I think it's perfect as it's written. And I think it's, like I said, one you'll really enjoy. And I just chop my vegetables kind of in chunks. And I don't even make sure they're bite-sized or anything. I just do chunky zucchinis. Oops, dropping stuff. And we're gonna get these cut up, and then I'm gonna get them into the grill pan, but you can do a baking sheet if you'd like to turn the oven on. I have the grill pan over here heating up. I'm gonna get our salmon on. I like to use these frozen salmon fillets. They're really good quality. I can't believe I found really good quality frozen salmon, to be quite honest, but they are fabulous. I get them at Sam's Club, out of all places, and they're wonderful to have on hand. They're quick meats to defrost, quick protein. And what I basically do is I have the grill pan on for this, a little bit of olive oil in that grill pan, salt and pepper on both sides, and I cook it till it's a little bit charred, not overcooked, because you don't want to overcook salmon. It will not be good like that, but I do like to make sure there's a little bit of a crust on it so that it has a little bit of texture. Got that sizzle. While the salmon's cooking and my pan here for the veggies is heating up, I want to talk to you about lettuce. So you could use any kind of lettuce that you like. I put the specific lettuce that I like to use because I think it really holds up to the olive oil dressing that we made. But I also like to do a blend of like spinach leaves and mixed salad greens. And today I'm going to be using what I used in the blog post, which is mixed salad greens. And if you use something a little bit more delicate, it will still taste really delicious, but I just feel like a little bit more sturdier lettuce greens works well for that garlic. And so that's what I'm going to be using, is what's on the recipe today, and so it'll look like the recipe, how it turns out. And I think my pan is ready to go, and I'm going to add my veggies and just let them cook in a pan for a few minutes until I like to get a little bit of a char. I use my cast iron skillet, and I find that that really grills the vegetables a lot better than just a standard skillet does. So I get like that brown or that blackened char a little bit better than I do that I really like on grilled or cooked vegetables. As promised, this is a very quick meal. I've been in here for maybe 15 minutes cooking. Total cook time. Our food is just about cooked and ready. The salmon's already ready, and we have our vegetables here. I like to cook them just a little bit more because it gets a little bit of a char going, but I probably can pull them off now and they're probably fine. But yeah, that's how I like to do things. Cook them whatever way you want, and literally in about 20 minutes you can have a really good meal on the table. It's that nice charred vegetable I was talking about. Little bits of char. veggies are gonna go right in, and our dressing is ready. That goes right over. I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. I did not get to repot my little seedlings, but that's okay. I will do that on the next couple of videos that you see. I'll be able to get that filmed and show you that, but I just think that it's probably a good time to wrap up the vlog today. With that, I want to thank you so much for being here and joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. Have a great week ahead, and I will see you guys on the next one.